Okay, so today what I want to show you is how easy it is to actually start an LLC or a corporation in your local state. One of the places I love, it used to be called File. Apparently it's still owned by File, but this is their Busy, B-I-Z-E-E formation here. And it's really cool. I've actually done quite a few companies through them, LLCs and stuff. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an LLC in New Mexico. One thing is, this is a very intuitive website that wants to upgrade you, and its goal is to make money, right? So what you can do is you can click on basic if that's what you want. LLC type, you really need to consult with a tax accountant on what type of corporation to set up. C corps are usually for like McDonald's. S corp is usually for a corporation that has multiple different partners and things like that you want to. There's just like a lot of moving parts, and LLC is like the most basic version, and I use it for most real estate opportunities. That's what you put a new property under. You might do like 123 Main Street LLC, right? But for what we're doing today is I'm going to start a company. I need to actually do this twice, but for the first one we're going to do here is we're going to do Mighty Junk Removal LLC. Okay, because we have a local trash hauling service here, my son and I, and so we need to start this because Google is now having a problem with Mighty Enterprises being the whenever you're trying to get your Google My Business listing, sometimes they'll ask you to upload your documents, and we've already gotten like 30 reviews. It's going really well, but we don't have an official LLC under it yet. I did a DBA under it, but I don't want it to say Mighty Enterprises DBA, Mighty Junk Removal, right, or Mighty Dumpster Rentals or whatever, right? So this is how you get legit, and so that's why I wanted to show you this today. So let's see your business purpose. We haul trash and rent dumpsters and other equipment for the purpose of cleaning up or demolition. Something like that, right? So you put some general idea of what it is that you do so that it shows up. And it uses a little bit of AI here to help you. You can pay $50 and they'll speed up the process for you. So I'm going to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm going to do that mainly because I want to get my Google My Business up and running. And if I get even one job, we get even one dumpster job or one junk removal job, then it's going to pay for that easily, right? So name, Michael Reed. Next. Let me get some SMS messages. See, it just walks you through the process. So easy. Company address information. We're not going to pay for a fancy business address. We're going to use my own address. Now, the process server, you may consider this. For $29 a month, you get like a local, this is like our downtown area by the courthouse, actually. So if I was creating a process serving company, this could be a really smart thing. Create your own little address there, right? So in this case, no, I'm going to say I'd like to use my own address because this is Edgewood, New Mexico, 87015. You guys get to know my address. Send me chocolate. Actually, send me barbecue. Someone sent me barbecue. Real cool guy in my community, Sean, and I loved it. Let's see. Use suggested. It's probably a good idea to use a suggested. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so an EIN number is super easy to get. I'm going to show you how to do that. Do not do that unless you want to. They'll do it for you. They'll do the whole process for you. You just pay $99 for this whole package. Contract library, operating agreement, banking resolution, domain and email. I mean, when you think about it, if you didn't want to have to deal with all this, I already do this half of this stuff anyway, so not that I want to, but it's just a part of everything I do, so I'm not going to pay for it. But you're going to want to hit not the orange one that you want to click. Okay, you're going to click no thanks, and it's going to take you to the next screen without adding money. If you see it adding money, you're doing it wrong. Go back and click no thanks, because it's going to keep asking you things to increase the average cart value, because whoever built the website was a genius. It wasn't me, by the way. Mighty Junk Removal. Yeah, just make sure I spell it right here. Removal. Number of owners. I'm gonna put 2 here. Select if member is a company. No, but you could do that. That's pretty smart, right? So you could create an LLC, like if I had like I do have Mighty Enterprises Incorporated, Inc., right? I could say that Mighty Enterprises owns this company. And so I could say I own it, a part of it, and then this company owns a part of it, and that company can have multiple owners as well. So you can like have an umbrella underneath it. That makes sense. So member 1. Okay. Percentage of ownership. 99%. Owner 2 is an individual. This is just for, you got to talk to your attorney or accountant to understand why I would do something like this, but we're going to add a second person on here. Okay, percentage of owner. Okay, next. Assign busy as my registered agent. Okay. No. See, if I leave it this, what's it going to do? It's going to add a fee. It's not telling me that. Well, it is telling me that right here. So I'm going to say, no, I'm going to act as my own agent. This is just an agent for service or process, which I'm sure you guys understand. You can actually select this. And for $119 or for however much. Yeah, okay. I am the registered agent. Okay. Get your employee identification number. No, I do not need Busy to do that for me, but thank you. $70. Okay. Maybe worth it. Maybe worth it to do it that way. I don't want to have to wonder, though, where my stuff's coming from. What is needed to set up a small business banking? No, I do not want you to set up my banking. No, not at this time. Okay. I kind of like it being sent here. I do like that, but no, we're going to say electronic delivery. Okay, we're going to say, okay, tax strategy, no, thank you. Again, it could be good. You may try it. If you have the extra money, you want to spend it, go for it. Okay, no, okay. Tax strategy, of course you should do it. If you don't know what you want already, you should look into hiring an accountant or an attorney. Wants me to like maybe get businesses. No thanks. I'll do the work myself. Mighty Junk Removal LLC. Trash and dumpsters. Okay. All right. I think my son and myself. I'm not sure what card that is. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so once you get your credit card information in there, I just entered it there below. You're going to go ahead and say, I agree, complete, and pay. Your order was successful. I want you to leave a review. They should put a longer delay on that. Okay, so your order was successfully placed. Mighty Junk Removal. Log into your Busy account. I already have an account, right? So I can actually come in here, log into your account. Again, their whole job is to try to get you to pay more for things, right? So I already have Dumpster Dash and Albuquerque Property Solutions that are in good standing that I've created using this account. In Florida, they make it really easy just to go to sunbiz.org and you can just start a new company, which is really cool. There are a lot of other things you got to do, but really quick, I want to show you how easy it is to EIN .gov. Okay, there's a lot of companies that want to do this for you, the .coms out there. What you're looking for is the actual IRS website. Now, some places call it a 10 or whatever, but we're actually I'm going to show you how easy this is. So apply online. The internet is a preferred method for customers. Okay, so sometimes I got to click around in here, but I'm going to show you. Look, apply for EIN. Like the idea, sometimes they'll trick you. They get pretty tricky. You look up here, just make sure it still says .gov. Okay, irs.gov. Okay, so you can read all this if you want to, but basically we're gonna hit begin application. We're going to say, what are we? We're an LLC. Continue. What is this? All of this. Making sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Let's just say it's territory, New Mexico. Now, if you have a different area that you're creating your company, you got to put that. Okay, let's be smart. How many members of your LLC? We have 2. 2. Okay. All right. Are our members husband and wife? No. Although we fight like it sometimes. Registered multi-member. Okay, continue. You should read through all that, though. Started a new business. Okay, please tell us about the responsible party of LLC. I don't know how responsible I am, but let's fill it out. J. Read. Suffix. I am actually a senior. I have a junior. Okay, I put in my social security number. That's done. 8 via Conejo, Android, New Mexico. Send me barbecue. 505. I'm going to put the company number here. 554 9195. That's the company number. Do you have an address different from the above? No. If you did have an address you wanted things sent to separately, then you would put that. Legal name of this Westmaster Articles of Corporation. So what we just did here over on Busy, we need to make sure it matches, right? Perfectly. It has to match perfectly. Okay. I think that's why it automatically makes it in capitals for you, even though I didn't put it in caps. Oh, yeah. So if you created a company and then you put a DBA, because you could do a DBA. You could do Mighty Junk Removal or Mighty Process Serving, right? And then you could have a DBA that's, I don't know, you just want to use a different brand maybe for another city, like Houston Process Server or something. You could do DBA Houston Process Server. But wherever you have to have your full legal entity name, it's going to show it. That's why I'm creating this, because I don't want to have Mighty Enterprises Inc., DBA, Mighty Junk Removal. It's like time for this thing, now that it's making good money, it's time for it to go off on its own and grow legs of its own and actually be its own company that could maybe be sold one day, right? So we're not going to put anything there. County, Santa Fe, yep, New Mexico. State or territory, that's also New Mexico. So it's not just where it's located, it's also where I am right now as I'm filing this. New Mexico. Okay, LLC start date. We're going to say today. You don't want to mess up with taxes, okay? So we're just going to say today. So when it comes to taxes, like all the funds received after this date are considered with this new company, right? That's the idea. Does your business own a highway motor vehicle with a taxable gross weight of 55,000? I don't know. No, I do not have a diesel. Does your business involve gambling? No. Does your business need to file this excise? We're going to say no. Does your business sell or manufacture alcohol? No. Does your business expect to have employees who receive W-2s in the next 12 months? If you have employees, you have, and you're going to be doing this, you want to hit yes. I'm going to say no for now. We might, but we're going to say no for now. I think we're going to say no for all of this too, because we are going to be transporting some things, but we're not really doing transporting things that are expensive. We're transporting people's trash in this case. But being that you're a process server, you might hit transportation. I personally wouldn't, but that's for a tax accountant to say, Okay, so you'd have to hit other and explain what you do. So, if you want to select one of these, it's probably fine. Like select transportation. I'm going to hit other in this case. Consulting, we're going to say service. We're going to say service. Yep, we offer a service, okay? What is the primary service you provide? Junk removal and equip. I'm actually just going to say junk removal because we can still rent equipment and not have a problem. So receive, for you guys, for legal support, I would put, courier service, something like that. Receive a letter online. We want to have it online. We want everything online, okay? Santa Fe, December. So just take a minute and really look at this. If any of the information is incorrect, you'll need to start a new application. Yeah. So that's why you got to look over it really carefully. So let's say your company name, Mighty Process Server, right? Hire structure. I highly recommend. I highly recommend you hire an accountant to do this if you haven't done this before. I do this and I'll send it to the accountant and be like, "Hey, can you fix this if there's something wrong?" But this is enough to get you started. Process take up to 2 minutes. Okay, to receive your EIN. Now, this EIN is what we need to be able to open a new business account at the bank. We take this along with our articles of incorporation or business management. Okay, we're going to give it a minute. So it gave us our EIN number, it gave us our legal entity name, and I'm going to click here to get my confirmation letter. And see, this right here is what the bank wants to see. This EIN number right here. That fast. That was worth $70. People pay $70 for that. Isn't that crazy? So there we go. We're going to go Control P. Or do I hit print here? Download, I guess. I'm still learning to use my Mac, so bear with me. Okay, so it just opened up as a PDF basically. So there you go. There you go. Let's let me see. Do I still have it? It says once you've printed it. Let me see. Can I hit save? Control P. Yeah, I just want to make sure I save it. Yeah, so make sure you save it before you move on. Mighty Junk Removal. EIN. New Mexico. Now your EIN is for the whole country. Like, it's not state specific, but they do have you have your own EIN. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. I'm actually going to save this too. Okay, we're going to hit next. When can you use an EIN? So go through, read all this. Next steps, if you do not wish to accept the default status of your partnership. So it gives you kind of a default status of or default partnership, because I said that there was more than one owners of an LLC. So if there were certain forms or classifications I wanted to have, this is all tax stuff. So this is why you got to send it to your accountant and say, hey, this is where I'm at. Maybe copy all of this, say, do I need to file these, and send it to your accountant. I'm not that. I'm just trying to help you get the basics started. Okay, thank you for using Online EIN Assistant, IRS. And that's it. So we have this. Let's see if it's been processed. Still pending. Yeah, and it said that it might take 2 days, right? But if we view company, help us understand your business. Tell us what industry you're in. Junk removal. Okay, so it's searching. It's trying to find a specific type. Trash and garbage compactors, commercial type manufacturing, trash bags. So I'm curious, actually, now that I'm doing this. Let's look up legal services. Support. Process server. I'm curious. There you go. That makes it easy. So put process server services is what yours is. That's cool that it has that there. Sometimes you don't know if you don't have it. Like for me, I'm going to have to go junk. Okay, so I found it's garbage hauling local. So usually what it'll do is if it's asking you that, it's like trying to find a license that's required in your area. For you to actually complete your filing, right? To complete your EIN information, not your EIN information, your LLC filing information. So let's go dashboard. It says congratulations. So it's still pending. Okay, cool. So just be aware that as you're clicking around in here, the goal is to get you to pay more money for stuff. Okay, that's what they do here. But they do actually a great job of giving you your information for the company that you've created. So that's my best. That's what I do to start a new company. And here when I started ABQ server on the 10K challenge, this was the company I started. It was Albuquerque Property Solutions, APS, right? APS, I call it APS server. So basically it was APS services, which was Albuquerque Property Solutions, but I marketed as Albuquerque Process Server. So it kind of went the same. I could use the same entity for both purposes. That's what I was starting out to do, just so I can show you the example of how to build a new company in just 90 days. But we ended up doing it in just 2 weeks, about 15 days, and we were able to knock it out. So these BOI reports are ridiculous. I don't even mess with that. So, all right, that's the best I got for you. Go ahead and create your LLC, get legit, and we'll see you on the next video.